There are specific expressions that seem harmless on the surface, but inside a woman's mind, they can trigger something even she cannot entirely describe. She does not analyze it with logic at first, she feels it, and once that sensation starts, it becomes very difficult to manage. Female attraction does not follow standard rules, logic, or moral lines. It grows from instinct and impulse, from a place that does not wonder if something is right, permitted, or suitable. That is why a woman can have a spouse, children, comfort, and stability, and still feel emotional or physical tension toward a different man. It is not a choice she makes, it is a response that occurs inside her body. And the moment when emotion begins to defeat reason is exactly where most men either fail or unintentionally spark desire without knowing how. Many men think attraction is built by speaking too much, explaining themselves, pushing, or trying to look impressive. Why words trigger attraction? Others are so scared of rejection that they stay back entirely and slowly fade from a woman's emotional awareness. The real mystery is understanding how her inner world functions and how desire can be sparked without touching her, pursuing her, or asking for permission. In this video, I'm going to share 5 restricted phrases that spark desire even in a woman who is already in a relationship. These phrases do not talk to her logic, they talk directly to her emotional instinct. They put you in the role of a man who does not need, but naturally creates curiosity and tension. At the end, I will also share a 6th phrase that goes deep into mental attraction and explain how to manage that power with wisdom and ethics. If this is your first time here, my name is Celia. I have spent many years helping men understand female psychology and create real bonds based on attraction and respect. On this channel, we do not focus on tricks or games. We focus on mindset, presence, and behavior. Stay until the end because the final phrase does not only show how desire is sparked, but also how a man can stay emotionally steady when that desire shows up. Most men try to understand women through logic as if every choice a woman makes is the result of careful thought and planning, but attraction does not start in the mind. It starts in the body, in emotion, and in instinct. It is not a mental process, it is biological. Attraction is formed by chemistry, energy, tone, posture, and hidden signals. That is why a woman may say she wants a calm, stable, polite man, yet still feel pulled to someone who tests her, slightly confuses her, or makes her feel something she cannot clearly phrase. Number 1, explained, explain. Her attraction is born from movement and emotional depth, from the feeling of being alive. It does not come from logical thinking. This is why trying to explain your worth or convince a woman almost never works. Her body responds long before her mind knows why. This brings us to a question many men quietly ask, but rarely face honestly. Why can a married or committed woman feel attraction toward another man? Before going forward, this question must be answered truthfully because it gives meaning to everything that follows. There is a reality many men struggle to accept. A woman can feel attraction towards someone else even while loving her partner. This is not about morality or character, it is about emotional energy. Love keeps a relationship stable, but it does not automatically keep desire alive. Desire needs contrast. When attraction becomes a routine, predictable, or emotionally flat, the subconscious starts looking for something that wakes it up. When a man enters her world with a different energy, calm confidence, presence, humor, and mystery, something inside her responds. She may feel a mix of curiosity and danger that routine and stability no longer provide. This does not mean she wants to betray anyone. It means her biology is responding to contrast. The female brain links attraction to emotion and emotion to novelty. When a man is grounded, emotionally steady, and does not look for her approval, that energy feels rare. It feels different, and that difference becomes magnetic. Attraction does not follow relationship labels or social rules. She may have a husband, but if she feels that emotional vibration with you, her mind becomes conflicted while her body responds immediately. Attraction is not chosen, it is triggered. It shows up when something in you awakens a feeling missing from her emotional environment. Sometimes this happens through a look, a pause, a calm smile, or a confident tone. When you show controlled masculine energy, her body sees it as uncommon. In that moment, she stops seeing you as just another man and starts imagining, without meaning to. This is not about interfering with her life or making chaos. It is about understanding that feminine desire does not go away by phrase number 2, explained choice. It shifts with emotional atmosphere. If you show a presence she does not find in her relationship, quiet strength, calm curiosity, emotional depth, desire naturally wakes up. When a woman feels this, she often becomes confused. She may tell herself it is just friendliness or respect, but beneath that explanation is a deeper instinct responding to being seen by a man who does not need her. That is the key. When a man does not try to take, impress, or secure her, his energy stops feeling invasive and starts feeling interesting. A mature man understands the difference between sparking attraction and crossing lines. He knows how to show what she wants without trying to own it. His ability to stay calm and centered even when tension is present is what creates both desire and respect. This awareness brings power, but it also brings duty. The power to wake up emotions no one else reaches, and the duty to use that power ethically. The real task is not creating attraction, but staying disciplined when it shows up. From this place of control comes the next key. A simple phrase that completely changes how a woman feels you. When a man says, "I'm not trying to convince you of anything, I just want to understand you," the emotional atmosphere shifts. Her defenses soften. Her body no longer sees you as someone who wants something from her. Instead, she feels a man who is present without pressure. This phrase removes one of the strongest guards in a woman's mind, the belief that a man always wants approval or a result. By not pushing, you give her emotional space, and that space creates connection. When you say you are not trying to convince her, you show independence. You show that her reaction does not define your worth. That freedom is deeply attractive. Desire grows in masculine calm, not in insistence. This phrase works because it mixes curiosity with emotional detachment. You are interested, but not dependent. You are present, but not demanding. To a woman, this feels like deep respect. Imagine a simple moment where she is talking about something personal. Most men would interrupt with advice. You do not. You listen. When she finishes, you calmly phrase number 3, explained. Say, you just want to understand her. Her body relaxes, her breathing slows, she feels safe, and emotional safety is one of the strongest foundations of attraction. Tone matters. The words must be calm and real. When said correctly, they do not sound like a tactic. They feel real. They show strength without aggression and interest without need. She starts to trust her energy. So, tens and that softness is where desire naturally grows. This phrase does not appeal to logic. It talks directly to emotion. It allows her to exist freely in your presence without fear of judgment. When a woman feels free with a man, attraction flows naturally. This is not about memorizing words. It is about showing meaning. If your posture is relaxed and your presence is grounded, your words carry weight. Invite her to speak. Allow silence. Do not rush to react. Attraction grows in quiet moments, careful listening, and emotional space. When that happens, the interaction stops being just a talk. It becomes a connection that stays with her long after the moment ends. Comment so I can see where you are listening from. I truly read every single word because behind each comment, there is a real story, a real journey, and a man who is trying to grow. That is what gives purpose to this work and keeps this community strong and alive. If you feel comfortable, you can also share a personal experience or a lesson you learned along your own path. Your words may be exactly what another man needs to hear today. With that said, let's return to the topic because the right words do not just lower emotional walls, they wake up desire. This phrase is an emotional trigger hidden inside what sounds like a simple compliment. I like the way you think. I didn't expect that. What makes this powerful is not flattery, it is surprise. A woman's mind responds instantly when a man notices phrase number 4 explained something deeper than her looks. You are not telling her she looks good. You are telling her she is interesting. You are saying that her way of thinking caught your attention. For a woman, that lands much deeper. It makes her feel unique and seen on a level most men never reach. The strength of this phrase comes from contrast. Most men stay on the surface. They talk about her smile, her body, or her clothes. But when you say, I like the way you think, you take her somewhere different. You are not only seeing her as a woman, you are seeing her as a mind, as an energy, as a viewpoint. And when you add, I didn't expect that, you add mystery, you are telling her she surprised you, that she broke an idea you had. That small break creates curiosity. She starts wondering what it was that changed your view. She wants to understand what you noticed in her. We already know that attraction is born from emotion, not logic. This phrase does exactly that. It creates emotion. It acts like an emotional mirror that reflects her intelligence without testing her. You are letting her know that her thoughts move something inside you, that she connects with you in a different way. And when a woman realizes her mind can affect a man, her ego wakes up, but so does her desire. She feels she touched something in you without having to show her body or perform in any way. Imagine you having a normal talk about an everyday subject. She shares an honest opinion, maybe one that is different from yours. Instead, arguing or correcting her, you look at her with interest. Pause briefly and say calmly, I like the way you think. I didn't expect that. That pause, that relaxed tone is everything. You are giving recognition without exaggeration, validation without chasing. You make her feel special without placing her above you. And that balance is where attraction starts to grow naturally. Women can feel immediately when a compliment comes from strategy, but when it comes calmly without rush or need, it becomes powerful. She begins to wonder why she surprised you. She starts seeing herself through your eyes, and without noticing, she develops the desire to keep creating that reaction in you. The phrase number 5 explained talk shifts from logical to emotional. That is where real connection starts. This phrase also shows selectiveness. You do not say it to everyone, you say it to someone who truly affects you. That detail shows you are not easily impressed. In a world where most men try hard to please, you stand out by acknowledging without begging. That mix of interest and detachment creates tension. She feels your attention, but she cannot control you. When you use this phrase naturally, without acting or forcing it, the interaction stays light and real. You are not playing a role. You are expressing honest curiosity. That authenticity is what pulls her in because behind every word, she feels steady, grounded, masculine energy. In short, I like the way you think. I didn't expect that is not just a compliment, it is an invitation. It invites her to open up, to share more of her inner world. And as she does, without realizing it, you create the emotional space where attraction grows by itself. The next phrase is, I'm not trying to impress you, I'm trying to get to know you. This sentence is powerful because most men enter talks trying to impress, trying to prove something. But when you say this, you completely change the flow. You show her that you are not competing and that you do not need approval. Suddenly, the roles switch. You stop trying to win her interest and she starts wondering how she stands out to you. This shift creates instant attraction because it breaks the usual pattern where the man chases and the woman judges. This phrase shows emotional security. It tells her you are centered and confident. You are not there to get something. You are there to choose based on your own standards. In her mind, that puts you in a position of value. A man who does not try to impress gives off inner strength. It shows in his silence, his calm eyes, and his final thoughts' relaxed voice. That presence interests her more than any flashy compliment ever could. When she feels that you are not chasing her attention, she starts to seek you emotionally. She wants to understand why you are different from the others when everyone else is trying to win her, and you are simply trying to understand her. Her mind becomes busy and her body follows. Use this phrase when she notices your calmness. If she says something like, "You seem really relaxed," you can smile and say, "That's because I'm not trying to impress you. I'm trying to get to know you." In that moment, you set the emotional frame. You show self respect and emotional control. This phrase removes pressure. It takes away the feeling of judgment and replaces it with comfort. She no longer feels like she is on display. She starts to feel safe. And when safety mixes with confidence, attraction grows naturally, not because you are trying to excite her, but because you are not dependent on her response. A woman's mind responds strongly to consistency. When your words match your body language, a magnetic presence shows up. Your calm breathing, steady eye contact, and ability to listen all show that you are present, not needy. And when she feels that you do not need to prove yourself, her attraction deepens because she feels strength. The goal is never to memorize lines. It is to live the mindset behind them. If you say, "I'm not trying to impress you, but your eyes are asking for approval," she will feel the gap. But if you say it naturally with ease, she will feel the truth behind it. Authenticity creates desire because she responds to energy, not words. This phrase shows a deeper philosophy. Do not compete, connect, do not try to be perfect. Being real is better.